Welcome everybody to our Green Acres. In this project, I'm going to show you how we can take some Dollar Tree trays and transform them into some really cute spring decor. For $1.25, you can't beat the price of this project. I'm also going to take this decoupage paper and I'm going to have a link for it down below. But it is only $6.95 and you get 20 designs on it. I cut out these sweet little chickens and I'm going to use some DIY liquid patina. I'm going to go over the back of the chickens and also I'm going to put some liquid patina on the tray. Now I'm going to center it up. I'm going to apply them. I'm going to push them down really good to where there's no air bubbles. And also I'm going to go over it with my brayer. Once I get it down really good and I've got all the bubbles worked out, then I'm going to go over it again with another coat of liquid patina and let it dry. Now the little square tray, I'm also going to do a cute little chicken on it. This decoupage paper has so many cute little animals on it. I have used this on so many projects. But I'm going to do the same thing. I cut out my little chickens. These I think are more ducks. This is probably like more of a mama duck and a little baby duck. But I'm just going to apply them separately. I did the same thing. I just applied them using liquid patina. I went over them with a brayer. And now I'm sealing the whole thing with the liquid patina. Here's another project using a Dollar Tree tray. Now this one is over in the catering section and this one is gold and it's got that, beaded edge to it. All I'm doing to these trays is I just spray paint them white. I took them outside and I used Rust-Oleum flat white. I'm going to do the same thing on this. I'm going to use the same sheet of decoupage paper with the little baby animals, and I'm going to put these cute little cows on this tray. I'm going to create a tray that's more of a rustic farmhouse look, but you can use any of the little animals that you want and just get creative with your trays. You can put any design that you want on them. Again, I just went and I adhered them with the liquid patina. I'll go over them really well with a brayer to work out any wrinkles or air bubbles, and then once they get applied really well, then I'm going to go over them again with another coat of liquid patina and seal them in, let them dry, and now we got some cute little trays to set up throughout our home. This is not just spring decor. This decor right here can be left out all year long. Now I'm going to take a couple of thrifted mirrors. And now a lot of times too, you can find little things like this at the dollar store. But when you pick up little mirrors, I'm going to show you an easy way of how we can transform it and make some really pretty shelf sitters. I just painted the inside of the mirror white, and I'm going to use this sheet of decoupage paper, and I'll also have it linked down below. But I thought this little bunny right here would fit in the center of this mirror perfect. I got a set of 2 of these mirrors. I'm going to leave the mirror just like it is. I love the gold, but I just went around, traced around with a pencil to get my bunny to fit down in there the best I could. I cut it out, and then I'm going to apply him to the mirror using some liquid patina. Now, a lot of times, if you don't want to paint your background white, it's optional. But I always like to do this step because it really makes your decoupage paper look brighter. And that way, giving it a white background, it really shows up good. And again, I just went over it with my brayer, worked out any air bubbles, and now we got a great piece. Now I'm going to use another sheet of decoupage paper I've just received. I love this decoupage paper. I'm going to have it, like I say, linked down below. They've got a website of a lot of DIY products, and they've got a ton of decoupage paper, so I know you will just enjoy shopping their website. I know I do. Now the same thing, I just went around and traced it inside my mirror just to get it to fit the best I could, and I cut it out. Now we've got some really pretty pieces that we can set out in baskets, and also, you know, you can set these up on shelves or put these on your vanity. The next project is going to be a thrift flip. Now, I got this recently at a thrift store, and I paid $4.99 for it. It's pretty the way it is. The only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the design in the center. So I'm just going to, like I told y'all, I'm going to paint that little part white. And it was really easy just to go around that little square, give it a couple of coats of white chalk paint. Once I've got that done, I'm going to take another piece of the decoupage paper, and this right here fit perfectly in that little square. I cut it down to size, and then I'm just going to apply it right here with the Liquid Patina, and that's all we'll have to do to this project. Here's a piece that I find a lot of times at yard sales and thrift stores, and this is wooden silverware cases. A lot of times you can find these, and these are great pieces to upcycle. I've done a couple so far. This one, the inside looks pretty rough, but that's okay. And I think I only paid a couple of dollars for this, so this will be a very budget-friendly project. The first thing I wanted to do was I wanted to treat that wood so it didn't bleed through my paint, so I sprayed it with a good layer of shellac. Now, once it dried, I tore out the inside of it as best I could just to clean out that inside, and I cleaned it really well. I gave it a couple of coats of white chalk paint. Now I'm going to show you how pretty it is to take a huge sheet of decoupage paper, and I'm going to use this one huge sheet, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to cover the whole box. And I'm going to show you the process that I went through of how I got the huge sheet to go over the box without cutting it. You know, you can put this on in sections, but I thought it was best if I did one section. So I just kind of I started on the side. I used my Liquid Patina, and I started on the side. I got it lined up really good, and I got it worked on. Now I'm going to go across the top of the box. Now, once you go across the top of the box, then you want to make sure it is sealed down really well, and as you go, you really want to get your brayer out, but very gently roll over it and work out your air bubbles and wrinkles. Now, once I got some of it done, I wanted to get rid of some of the excess paper just to make it easier to work with, so I just used my little razor blade, and I have this linked to my Amazon store, but it is a great little tool if you're looking for a good razor blade for your projects. So I'm just using it, I'm going around the edges, and I'm just kind of cutting away excess paper as I get it applied. Now, once I got the sides and the top applied, now I've got to work on the front. And I wasn't sure how I wanted to do the front, but like I told y'all, I wanted to keep it in one piece. So this is the best way that I could, figure it out. I just went up on the sides and I kind of cut that away just so I'd have a slit so I could make the front come down, where it would lay really flat. Now once I got it to lay really well, I wanted to make sure my sides were secured down really well, so I went back over them again with a little bit more liquid patina and I rubbed them down with my fingers. Now I'm just going to do the front. I'll do the same thing. Just work down the liquid patina really good and apply my paper. Now I'm just going to keep rubbing it out and keep rolling it over with my brayer to work out any air bubbles or wrinkles. Now once it dries, I'm going to go over to the sides and I'm going to work that paper off the sides. The best way that I found to do that was with a piece of sandpaper. I'm going to sand it off. So I just got my sandpaper and then I'm just going to sand it gently and then I'm going to work off the sides and I'm going to do the edges and then I'm going to do the bottom. And now this come off really good. So now we've got a great box and we used one piece of decoupage paper and we did not cut it. We just did it all in one piece. So now we need to cut the box apart so the lid will work. So again, I'm going to take my little trusty razor blade. I'm going to go all the way around it in that crease and I'm just going to cut away the paper. Now we've got a great little box that we can put all kinds of things in. This will be so much fun to set out on a vanity or just set it out in your home and hide remote controls, or just some recipes, just whatever you want, or jewelry. And I added a little piece of hardware to the front that I got at Hobby Lobby, and that was how I upcycled this little silverware box with one piece of decoupage paper. Now I'm going to show y'all a fun project. Now I upcycled this little coffee bar sign around Christmas time and I put this decoupage paper on that side. Y'all know I love to do both sides of a project. That way you can flip it around. So now I'm going to work on this side. I just painted it with some white chalk paint. And y'all, I want to show y'all this brand new mesh stencil I just received. I love this. And here's some ideas on the website of some things that you can do with this stencil. And y'all, I want to try all of these. This is a beautiful stencil. It's big and it's got, some really pretty French writing on it. It's got the bunny with this little wreath around it. So it's going to be perfect for spring and summertime projects. So make sure anytime you're using a mesh stencil, you want to put it down onto your project and you want to make sure you work it out really good to where it doesn't have any air bubbles in it. Make sure it's laying flat to your surface. And then I just apply mine using a little silicone pad. And I'll also have this little pad linked below. And I'm using elephant grade chalk paint. And that is all I did. You just scrape your little scraper across the mesh stencil. And it is that easy to get your design to go on your project.
Every change has a reason, baby, let it come to you. Every soul, every season lives outside of status quo.
I hope y'all are enjoying the video so far, and if you are, make sure to hit that like button for me. Y'all, this is a fun project and I'm excited to bring it to you, but we're going to make some cute little bunny eared napkin rings, and all you're going to need is a toilet paper roll, or you can just cut a strip of cardboard poster board. All I did was I cut mine with my Cricut straight cutter, and then I just get it to where it will fit my napkin, so you can make these any size you want to. Once you get it the size you want it, then I'm just going to glue it off, and then I'll trim off that little tail. And like I say, a toilet paper roll or a paper towel roll will work too. You can just cut them off and cut as many as you need. So once I got it glued together, there's my little band. You do want to make sure you use something that's cardboard colored because we're going to use burlap and you'll be able to see through it. So now I'm just going to take this burlap. I got this at Dollar General, but it's got really smooth edges. So the one smooth edge, I'm just going to glue around the top of this little ring, and I'm going to go all the way around with my hot glue and get it secured down really well. Now I'm going to secure it on the back really well where it meets. You just want to glue both the little ends down onto each other, and then we'll have that done. Now just trim the excess off, and now we're going to work on the little end that's a little bit longer. And what you're going to want to do once you get it to this point is we're going to cut little slits, because what we want to do is we want to work that burlap into the roll. So if you cut slits, it will make it go up in there a lot smoother. So I'm just going around randomly with my scissors, and I'm just going to kind of cut some little slits in it. And then with some hot glue, we're just going to go in, put a little hot glue on their burlap, and just fold it down and let it dry. And that's all you have to do. And once you get it worked around that whole little roll, that is our napkin ring basically. So it's cute, just like it is. But we're going to add some cute little bunny ears to it, just to give it a little bit of springtime flair. So now, once we get that done, I'm going to take that same burlap and we're going to make the ears. The ears are really easy to make. You just want to take some twine, and I'm using some twine that's a little bit thicker. It's not the thickest and it's not the thinnest, but you can use whatever twine that you want or you have on hand. But really, with your hot glue gun, you just really want to just hot glue a shape of a bunny ear. You can make them as long or as wide or as short or whatever you want. Once I got one done, then I'm just going to put it beside it just so I can kind of get them the same size so they'll be the same height. And like I say, your ears do not have to be perfect, because mine weren't, but just put a little bit of hot glue down in the shape of an ear, and then just roll your twine down on it, press it down, and let it dry. Don't burn yourself. And then I went around the little ears and I trimmed off as much of the burlap around the twine as I could. And then you'll want to trim those little tails off at the end also. And once you get them cut out, now we're just going to glue them. We're going to kind of scrunch them up at the bottom and glue them together just to make them look like an ear. And you just want to add a little bit of glue down there at the bottom and join them together, hold it, let it dry, and now we got a little bunny ear. Look how cute. We're going to do the same thing to this one, and once you get both of them kind of scrunched up to look like a little bunny ear, now we're going to glue them together. And to do that, we're just going to put a little hot glue in between them, push them together, and now they're secure. Now we're going to attach them to the top of the napkin ring, and that's where I hot glued it, so we want that to the bottom. This will be the top. Now just put a good amount of hot glue, stick your little ears down there, let them dry, and now you can embellish it any way you want to. You can tie a little twine bow up there. You can use any kind of ribbon that you want. This right here, I want to say I got this on Amazon, and I'll have it linked in my store, but you get a lot of ribbon on a roll, and I love this ribbon. But I'm just going to tie a cute little bow, and that's all there is to it. You add your napkins, and now we got a great little napkin ring that is so cute and unique that we can set out for our tablescapes for spring and Easter. I love to make little hang tags to hang on my seasonal decor. Now, I purchased some little downloads from Etsy, and you got 6. You got 2 to a sheet, and you got 4 sheets. So I'm going to take one of these, and I'm just going to apply it to the back of a little Dollar General hang tag. Now, you can get hang tags at Dollar Tree or Dollar General. Dollar General, they're still $1. This one I bought around Christmas time, but it was a perfect size for these little Etsy downloads. Now, the little Etsy downloads are very inexpensive. I think they were like $3 or $4. And, they send them straight to your computer as soon as you purchase them. And then you just print them out I have an inkjet printer. I just print them out. And then, you have them on your computer so you can use them as many times as you want to. And there's so many projects you can do with these. Now, I just applied it using some Liquid Patina. I went over it with my brayer and I sanded off the edges. And now to make that little hole a little bit bigger, I used my pliers, and I'm going to put some ribbon through it to give it a really pretty hanger. Now once I got the hanger on it, now there is so many things that we can use this little hang tag on just to add just another little detail to our spring and our summer vignettes.
Let us lose ourselves in a fairy tale. Who can say what's wrong or right? We're the only ones who can decide. Baby, you and I should start living now. With the whole world at our feet, we could stay or we could leave. There is nothing in between. So baby, we should start living now. 'Cause we only have this life. Wanna laugh and wanna cry. I don't wanna waste my time. So baby, we should start living now. Baby, we should start living now.
Now I'm going to show y'all a project that it possibly could be free, depending on what kind of background you use, but we're going to make some hammered flowers. You basically just want to take some flowers, whatever you have growing in your yard right now. Right now we don't have a lot, but I just went out and kind of picked a few things that I saw that was coming up. And I know later on in spring there'll be some prettier ones, and I want to make more of these. But just pick your flowers, and I'm just using my background is something that a sweet viewer sent me a while back, and it's just a little piece of some kind of, I don't know what it is. It's not drop cloth, and it's not really muslin. It's kind of like a little thicker type fabric. But I just placed my flowers on there, and I cut them down. I cut some of the leaves off and just kind of placed them how I thought they would be pretty. You just put a piece of parchment paper over them, and you just go over them with a hammer. You just want to hammer them down until you've got them mashed down really well, and then you want to lift up all of that little flower goo. You want to remove all of that. It will dry, and once it dries, then you've got the impression and the colors of those florals. And this right here, y'all, just amazed me. So just another little fun project that I think will be a lot of fun once we get some more really pretty flowers growing outside. I hope y'all will try these little hammered flowers. Now, if you have a pretty frame on hand, you can also frame this. I thought this would be pretty for the background of a little, I don't know, a little grapevine wreath, and I had some of these on hand. So I'm just going to apply some hot glue to the back of it. I press it down really good, and then I'll go around and make sure to cut off the excess. So, and also I put a little twine hanger on the little grapevine wreath before I glued it. I'm going to add a little ripped fabric bow at the bottom, and this little project is finished. I can't wait for spring to come, and I can't wait for some more flowers to come up outside so I can make some more of these. And like I told y'all, if y'all make some, make sure to send me a picture of them over on Instagram and tag me in it. I would love to see them. And I hope y'all have fun with this little project.
'Cause we only have this life. Wanna laugh and wanna cry. I don't wanna waste my time. So baby, we should start living now. Baby, we should start living now.
Okay, y'all, we are at the end of the video. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I hope you got lots of ideas and inspiration to maybe make some of these. And like I say, if you do, make sure to tag me over on Instagram because I'd love to see them. And make sure to hit that subscribe button so we can stay connected. I've got a lot of exciting content coming up, so I can't wait to share it with y'all. Make sure to like this video, and make sure to leave me a comment down below and share it with your family and friends. I love y'all, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, y'all.